Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Transervice has flourished and retained customers for multiple decades. How? By making our word our bond and delivering the most responsive service and transparent financial details to give our clients the best all-around value in the industry by not providing cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all, off-the-shelf solutions. Instead, crafting tailored, customer-centric solutions for each client's individualized business model and needs. By empowering highly ethical, dedicated associates to build true partnerships and mutually beneficial relationships.
Alright, race fans, welcome. We're live tonight here at Bristol for the Sim500 Transervice Cup Series. Gonna be a good one here as we got some short track racing. These guys, man, are in their, well, they call it a heat race, but it's actually a last chance qualifier. 1 through 35 actually, they qualify in, but then the last spots get dictated by a last chance qualifier. So that's what we're in the middle of right now. I want to welcome everybody in tonight. Facebook, YouTube side. Go right up here with Patrick. Patrick, how you doing tonight, man?
Hey, we're hanging in there, staying safe tonight.
Oh, man, no doubt about it. You're right. Everybody got to stay safe here. And, well, I hope everybody's going to enjoy this one because it's going to be good. Short track racing here. As always, let's see what these guys are doing down here on the track right now.
Into a little 5-minute warm-up.
A little 5-minute warm-up. You're right. have a little warm up now. So, Bristol, what you think we're going to see here tonight, man?
Yellow. A lot of yellow.
Well, let's hope not, John. I mean, you know, it is short track. You know, a lot of these guys out here, I mean, you're right. It's a tight space that a lot of these guys are going to have to race around. But, you know, at the same time, I think these guys can do pretty good. They did pretty good in practice here in the last chance qualifier there. So, I think they might be okay.
Oh, yeah. You know as well as I do, though, it's a whole different ballgame when you get 43 of them rolling around this joint.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Well, I'll tell you what, we're getting set here to grid them up and get going. Good racing, man, so far. Like I say, I got a little warm up here. Got a couple minutes, everybody getting settled down. They had the last chance, and didn't get to see who was the top 8 there that made it in. Maybe you can recap that for me there, Patrick.
The top 8 are going to be Chris Gaboo, Brian Wertman, Joey Jatina, Thomas O'Leary, Jay Graves Jr., Doug Roth, Norman Pelletier, and Scott Stencil taking that last spot.
There you go. Tell you what, folks, good one there. So those guys, man, are definitely going to see if they can't grid it up here. And you know, a couple more minutes here in Bristol. We talk about a short track racing. The last great Coliseum is what they call it. Call it the Battle Dome, so to speak.
One of the fun things to keep an eye on tonight is going to be, we've had 7 different winners in the first 7 races. Can we make it an 8th tonight?
You're right. I mean, that is the thing here for the Transervice Cup Series. 7 different winners, and nobody has back-to-back. We've had a couple close calls there for guys trying to back-to-back, but nobody's been able to do it. Nobody's been able to pull it off. It'll be interesting to see what happens here tonight as these guys are getting set to go. Green flag. 4 minutes here left in warm-up, folks. That here.
Oh, what's really interesting is your top 3 qualifiers have not won a race yet this season. Adam Gilliland in 4th is your first winner this year.
There you go. And you're right, a lot of these guys, man, have not been able to pull it off, like you said. So, let's see what happens. Let's see what these guys, man, can do. Like you said, here's a couple more seconds left. Warm-up stage. I tell you, it'll be fun to watch these guys, man, sling around this place.
Yep, and to throw in a quick update, we got Brian Macklin right now leading your rookie standings so far. Got a pretty solid points lead over Richard Beasley at the moment.
There you go. Here we are. I'll tell you what, getting set feature time here tonight. These guys are going to grid them up. Let's grid them up on pole, because look at that. Rookie himself puts it out front. Brendan on pole here tonight. Tommy Ryan's going to start in 2nd. David Comstock the 3rd. Adam Gillian up to 4th. Justin Fuller there in 5th. Shane Ewing the 6th. Jimmy Coleman starts in the 7th. Trey Etz in the 8th. Nick Cohen 9th. Chad Coleman rounds the top 10 as we look to the rest of it. Well, it's going to be interesting because I think, you know, we could have our 8th different winner here tonight. But then again, somebody could back-to-back it. Your call on it, Patrick.
I think we're going to see an 8th different winner tonight. We're going to see, you know, passing can be so difficult here on this track, so we're certainly going to see how it goes.
I got you on that one, so here we go. Let's grid these guys up. It's getting set here to go green flag racing. A lot of great cars out here. Tommy Ryan, and I'm going to tell you what, Brendan, keep an eye on him. one of the top rookies here, and he's been making waves and that for that Rookie of the Year reward. Something, man, we're gonna have to keep in mind as rolling off the starting grid. And Bristol, I tell you what, short track racing, you know, we talk about it, temper sometimes flare on it, you know, these guys get a little hyped up over it. It is short track, you know, I mean, he's, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to be amazed if we have anybody finish the race without a dented fender at some point today.
You're right, and that's true there. These guys, definitely. You know, we talk about 1.5 miles, and we talk about aerodynamics and stuff like that. But at a place like Bristol, you know, you can get out here, you know, sprinkle the fenders a little bit, and still be able to get up there and win. You know, so I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those tracks where you can knock the nose off of it and it'll still drive just as good as it did before. You know, short track and the aerodynamics don't really mean a whole lot, especially we got the small spoilers on these things.
Here we go. I tell you what, man, green flag. And we're back to racing here as everybody now. Oh, you already see a little bit of contact right there, but oh, I tell you, have to be careful.
Yeah, these restarts are going to be really, really tight. It's one of those things you're going to have to be patient. Try and get single filed out here, but outside lane probably going to be the preferred groove for a while.
Yes, it is, and right now some good racing, man, happening throughout the field with these guys. They're trying to be as patient as they possibly can. I don't want to throw out too many cautions. Tommy Ryan's taking the lead, but Adam Gillian right there is another guy we got to keep our eye on here all night long. And what I'm saying, everybody's going to try to get a single file. You got Brendan there in third, Justin Fuller to fourth, Jimmy Colvin up to fifth, Nick Cohan to sixth, Shane Ewan back to seventh, Fredson to eighth, Daniel Falkenham ninth, and E.J. O'Rourke all the way up to 10th. And everybody right now just trying to stay single file, and this is kind of what this track is, a single file style track.
Yeah, we got 7 car down on the bottom, whole front end torn off that car. It's like we had kind of a big checkup, a lot of smoke on the track.
We did earlier on there. Let's go back and check. It's Mike Motesi. It actually looks like Motesi out of this one. Okay. Got a lot of cars, you know, coming in and out.
A big gap here.
It is, and the one thing we always talk about at this track is the leader out here. And it's inevitable is what's going to happen is this guy is definitely going to get into lap traffic. Right now he's okay, and he's already catching the rear end of the field there. And you can see it. Once he does, traffic and danger lurks at every corner, as he's already got his hands full with Adam Gillian as they go door to door.
Yeah, you wonder how much of a fight he's going to put, you know, this early in the race. It doesn't really matter too much. Adam's going to clear him here.
Yeah, he is. He's going to bring Brendan along with him. I would have thought that high lane would have had more muscle than what it was. You can see the sparks flying on the bottom, just to show you how grounded these cars can be. But Tommy's got up high. Looks like that low lane right now is doing pretty good, and Glenn Campbell's around. Let's go back on the replay here.
And it must be off the surface. We're still green through here.
Oh, let's go back. Well, that Glenn Campbell just for a moment. Like he blinked out. See what happened here. Watching him. Going so far. I think he actually blinked out, if I ain't mistaken. Yep. Connection issue right there. Yeah, obviously we're on a virtual world, folks. I mean, that happens. Tell you what, new leader. Look at Adam Gillian. take it to the point right now over Brendan. Tommy Ryan drops back, but again, we talk about Adam. He's going to be right there in a mix of traffic, and that's going to lurk at every corner.
Yeah, maybe didn't get the qualifying effort he was looking for because he is really just taking off from these guys. Whoa, he's going to come up hard.
And that's what I'm talking about. Every corner, and he's going to have to adjust for it. And right there, Adam Gillian definitely had to check up just a little bit on that. Already getting a little bit loose and wiggly out here. Able to maintain it now. That's one thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Adam has a win yet this season.
I believe he got one.
Okay.
I'm not
my
sure
bad.
where.
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago. What's up, Jaden? How you doing? Oh, Michelle, how you doing out there? I haven't seen you in a long time. Welcome to the stream, to the race here tonight. The Transervice Cup presented by the Sim500 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Yeah, no doubt. What's going on? I tell you, it's a good one.
Yeah, Adam put it in victory lane at Homestead 2 weeks ago.
Okay. My bad. No, Jaden, they weren't canceled. Texas, Atlanta. We were good. Should be on there. We're at Bristol here tonight, though, and like I said, the reason I brought that up about Adam was, he struggled in the several first of the part of the season until he got that win, and tonight it seems like he's turned around. He's admitted himself that the new tire model and everything going on with the change of the cup and everything like that has thrown him off here, but he's got a grip now because he owned the regular season. Now we're early into the season here, Patrick. He's got a long way to go, but he dominated the regular season, got to the Final Four, did not win the championship, but right now he can turn that around.
Oh, absolutely. If you look at it, the point standings, he's sitting 19th in terms of total points collected, so definitely a down year so far for him. Obviously the win puts him in the playoffs, so definitely looking strong so far tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, a good race that he's putting out front there. He's having to contest with traffic. He's right there on Doug Ross' back bumper. And Joey Katina. So a lot of these guys, I would not be surprised. Well, let's look at some of our rookies. Right now, you've got Brendan, who is running in third, one of the top rookies here. Right there, you see him. Yeah, he's one of the top rookies out there tonight running. Good run by him. And then you got Tommy Ryan. And let's go back to Brian Boris Cook. Didn't have the yellow on his windshield, but one of our rookies here too. He's back in 13th. Trying to see if I remember any of Tyler Overstreet there in 19th.
Yeah,
good rookies.
Tell you what, Adam's run up on a pretty long train here. Lap cars really going to test his patience here to get around these guys because they are not giving it to him easy.
And rightfully so. We've always said it about lap traffic here as he goes up underneath Doug Ross and try to take that spot and put him a lap down. We've always said it about lap cars if they're fast enough to keep it. They just don't roll over and get out the way. But you can see he's got a whole gaggle of machines in front of him there. Here's where he has to be patient. Like you said, does not want to endanger himself there. And, Doug Ross not doing anything wrong. I mean, he's maintaining his line. It's up to Adam right there to try to push around. I know he's probably, frustrated and going, hey, look, Doug, give me a little bit of slack here. But that's just it there, Patrick. Doug's doing what he needs to do. He's holding his line.
Yeah, you really can't afford to give a little bit of slack because, if you go a lap down, caution comes out. Maybe he gets around Joey in front of him and you're in a really tough spot. So you guys really have to battle and hold on to this.
Well, so far, don't want to jinx it. We've been going pretty good, caution-free here for the lap.
Oh, puts Doug Roth in the wall.
He's got to, do that bump and run.
Yeah, he tried to cut up in front of him, just didn't quite have it clear. Doug Roth scrapes the right side of that thing up against the wall. Shouldn't hurt him too bad, though.
No, it shouldn't. 33 laps in, and apologize tonight. Seems like they're a little hiccups here. Wow. They were working on the internet last night, so I don't know what's going on. Who knows? Well, we're lap 34 into this one. Like I said, don't want to jinx it, knock on wood. Want these guys to get up into a wreck or anything, but You're right. I mean, that's pretty much what Adam's going to have to do. I know Doug right now is probably like, man, come on, you know. But he can't afford to let Justin Fuller pull up, who is now up to second. If he keeps getting held up like that, or I'm not going to say held up, but if he keeps having a battle like he is, it's going to put Justin Fuller right there on him.
Yeah, and again, you got this train in front of him, so there's really not going to be a lot of room for him to kind of get past somebody, squeeze back up in line. He's going to be stuck on that bottom, which is not ideal for him.
Absolutely not. As right now, it's the old E.J. O'Rourke, man, right there in 10th place spot. He's looking pretty good here tonight as he's got a gaggle of machines. A lot of guys are mixed up back here. There you go. I tell you what, yeah. Don't want to reach out too much there and grab the cars out there. I mean, it might yank you around the track a little bit. Well, Brian Boris Cook's having a good one. I mean, let's look through the back of the field here because, you know, we got some cars like Jose Gonzalez, man, just back in 26. Gael, Doug Roth, actually Joey Catino already going to lap down, Jason Barham. Just a lot of cars here. I got to give a shout out to Brian Wortman. I know week in and week out he loves coming here. You know, made it to the field maybe, you know, the other week or so. David Comstock off the pace. Don't know what happened to him. He started up front. He's already 38. So
yeah, he was
sure
down low.
Happened.
He was down low early. I don't know if maybe looks like he was blinking a bit. Maybe some connection issues for him.
Well, he's got a little damage in the back, and I think he was the one that was up front that actually got spun in. Talk about caution. Guess what? Run caution.
Yeah, and I'm sure Joey, big sigh of relief right there. He was able to hold off Adam. And big sigh of relief for Doug, too. He's going to get that lap back.
Let's see. Can't go back here and see what happened. We can't see what happened here. Shane Ewing eased up there. Locked it up. Actually, it was Doug Roth there. Andy Yoakum. Bob, let's see what happened to him up here. Another car in front of them, actually. Oh, Tommy Ryan was involved. Oh, man, Tommy Ryan up front. He was battling with Doug Roth there. Remember, Tommy was up front, and Tommy just looks like a car just went up high a little bit, and he thought he might have been clear. And Doug was there, and guess what? Two guys taking the same real estate. Boom. Not happening.
No, really, really unfortunate for that to happen too, and you know, but that's just one of them. You know, Doug didn't really do anything wrong. He was kind of where he needed to be, and 99 just trying to clear him. Again, we talked about it, getting frustrated, the patience to get around these guys. It's not easy, despite being, you know, a lot faster. That bottom is not easy to make work on old tires.
No, it's not, and the biggest thing right there, too, the spotter could have said, hey, look, clear, and he was just a little bit, you know, not cleared, and Doug was there. That's one of them racing deals, like I say, two guys taking up the same little bit of real estate between each other, but under caution here for the first time here tonight. 43 into this one, so not bad. I mean, typical short track racing, like we always say, though.
Yeah, you're bound to ruffle some feathers and bang fenders here. It's just nature of the beast.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. So here we go. We're getting set to go back. Green flag racing here tonight. See what we got going on. On right there, just, you know, two cars trying to take up the same real estate at the same time. It's Tommy Ryan and them company. But Adam Gillian and Brendan up front here in this one. So far, so good.
Well, this leads me into the importance of track position here, where you might see guys take a gamble because it is so hard to pass. You saw these leaders run up on lap cars, you know, in 15, 20 laps, and then it took them another 20 laps to get around just one of them. So, you know, the track position is important, even if you're not quite as fast as the guys you're racing with.
No, it's not, and I tell you what, right now, though, just everybody's just trying to be as patient as they can. A good long green flag run right there, though. So that was a good patient run amongst all these guys, but now we're going to bunch them back up, and, you know, that old saying is, you know, hopefully cautions don't breed cautions, but sometimes they do. We're here at Bristol tonight for the Transervice Cup Series presented by the Sim500. Get everybody tuning in here. It's a good one.
And while we have this little moment here, talk about a little bit of fuel mileage. Might have to make a singular pit stop, but outside of that, these guys can go probably a little over 100 laps on the tank.
Okay, so you say a little bit of 100 laps right there?
Yeah, I think they might have to make one more pit stop, but that would be it.
Okay. All right. What's up, Tim? How you doing out there? Everybody, man, enjoying what we're so far, and good race, man, out here. So we're back green flag, and like they went single file that time.
They certainly single filed really fast, and probably for the better too.
Yeah, I saw it last night in the race too. They did a couple times right there. They went single file on the restarts. You know, kind of really probably made a smart move here. But you know, I see Brendan working on the back end of Justin Fuller, going to see if he can't take that spot away from him. Let's ride on the inside and see how well these guys are chopping. Biggest difference I see between these cars and last night, Xfinity cars last night and these Cup cars, is they're able to utilize that middle low lane a lot better here with these cars.
Yeah, they seem to turn a little bit better. I don't know if the setup's just a little bit looser to where these guys can really kind of yank that thing on down there or what.
Well, you got a lot more downforce, and as far as horsepower, they're about the same in the two cars there, but obviously a lot more downforce, the difference between the two, as these guys have been looking pretty good so far. You got Nick Cohan hanging on the 5th, Josh Parsher going to 4th, Daniel Falkenham up to 6th, Trey Etz in there in 7th, Shane Ewing up to 8th, EJ O'Rourke to 9th, Brian Boris Cook rounding out up there, he's in 10th.
Yeah, good run for him tonight.
Yes, it is. Good run for old Brian. Don't want to jinx him now. We're giving that broadcast jinx. You know, definitely. Next thing we know, boom, then hit the wall. Well, you know, I got to shout out my favorite car out here. And you know what that is? Twinkie Mobile. You got to
He back there?
Yeah, he's back there. Kevin Brown's in 19th. He got the Twinkie car out there. Called the Twinkie Mobile.
You know, and honestly, the lap times really aren't that much different from the leaders. You go back to Kevin Brown specifically,
Patrick,
you know.
He's got a big Twinkie on wheels.
It's light and fluffy.
It's light and fluffy. That's right. I had to go to the store and get a box of Twinkies after that one, too, by the way.
Well, when the whole world comes to an end, there'll be Twinkies and cockroaches left.
Absolutely.
All the leaders around.
Uh-oh. What happened? Adam Gillian.
Oh, it's a big one. They keep piling in.
Man, let's go back and watch it here. You're right, the leader, and we just talked about what could happen. Adam Gillian. Looks like he's... looks like they just came together. Came down and the leader was going to go past, and you're right, Nick Cohan's around. Several other ones, Scott Stencil around. And, man, the leader involved in that one. I said it just like that. Danger every corner. And boy, look at Justin Fuller making a good move right there, but you're right. Daniel Falkenham around.
Yeah, a lot of the top 10 kind of piled into that one. Everybody, some people checked up, some people didn't, and we've got some bent up race cars up here.
You know, Nick Cohan tried to hold up here. Let's see, and Daniel Falkenham nowhere to go. Just got the back end of him. Spun him around right there. Wow. So, just like that, we talked about it. It can happen. I mean, it's just one of these places. If you're the leader, sometimes you're not the safest out there.
Well, and it's one of those situations where it doesn't look like either driver really did anything wrong. It's just the 24 was there, and I think Adam ran up on him a lot faster than he was anticipating.
Yeah, it did, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like one of those. I mean, the leader, like you said, was coming up on lap traffic, and it can happen at every corner there. Just not know about it. Next thing you know, boom. That's why I say danger lurks at every corner for the leader once he gets into lap traffic. It's just short track racing. It's typical. But still, we've had some pretty good long green flag runs here.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully we can get settled back in here and get another long one.
And I think it is. Things like that we just saw there. It's just typical of short tracks. Guys don't want to yell out anybody that actually, calls that one there. Just two guys racing. The leader's going to come up on you very, very quickly, and there's really, really nothing you can do about it. That's kind of just whoa up and go, uh-oh, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, and especially here at Bristol, you know, the walls are so close together, short track. There's really not a whole lot of places you can go when guys get sideways in front of you. You just kind of have to hope you pick the right lane and get it slowed down.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, Tim out there, man, having him a field day. He liked the Twinkie Mobile part there, but Justin Fuller. Now he's one, and he'd be the guy to pull off. I mean, the top two guys right there, actually top three. Josh Parker hasn't won this season though. Need to pull up my win list here.
Nope, Josh Parker has not won yet this year.
I know the top two have. Brendan. No, Brendan hasn't. So Justin Fuller's the only one right now. It could be a back-to-back winner.
Correct. Yep. I think Fulkingham has not won. Neither is Boris or Shane, Parker, Kohler. None of them.
Oh, yeah. A lot of great guys out here. A lot of great man teams, so to speak. And you're right. EJ's won it. Justin won back at Las Vegas. I was talking about Adam Gillian earlier. He's won it back at Homestead. The pace car's in. I'll tell you what, these cautions are quick, at least here. Justin Fuller gets another jump. Brendan didn't get going. Looked like he spun the tires a little bit.
Yeah, big wheel spin, back end wiggled a lot. That's going to give Shane an opportunity to come up there and take second place away from him.
Yeah, it is. They're going to go door to door, Shane Ewan, and I know, man, Mom's standing up, man, loving every bit of this one because she's going to battle it out there. And we just talked about Brian Boris Cook. Look at that. He's up there with Josh Parker racing it out. And I tell you what, don't want to jinx him, but love to see old Brian have a good finish here. He's had an up and down season so far.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys that are kind of running in your top 5, top 10 right now have been up and down this year. So they're excited to be up here.
Yes, they are. So far, so good. Brian Boris Cook looking good. Sean Castro right there in 5th. Josh Parker in 6th. Daniel Falkenham up to 7th. Randy Yoakum 8th. Tommy Ryan 9th. Mike Kelly's moved it up into the 10th place. Sun coming out. That's going to change the course of the track a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Going to make things slick. Back end's going to kick out a little bit more than what these guys might be used to at the moment if it gets a little hot enough.
Well, we're getting close here. Lap 65, getting close here to the halfway point.
Yeah, it's one of the things about Bristol. It tends to fly by on you, especially if you get these long green flag runs.
And so far, they have done an outstanding job. I'll tell you what, E.J. O'Rourke was up to 10th place. He's back to 17th. Remember Joey Katina earlier on was in danger of going a lap down? He's up to 18th right now, battling out there with Tim Johnson, Steve Ritter, Nick Silver, Nigel Standish. I mean, you got a lot of who's names just marred back here in traffic, though.
Well, and again, it's so difficult to pass. You might be able to pick up a spot or two on the restart, but that's probably about as far as you're going to go. Everybody going to get stuck single file against the wall.
Talk about Adam Gillian and Nick Cohan got caught up in that last wreck. They're way back in 28th spot, trying to work their way up. A little damage on the nose, but that shouldn't hinder them too much. As long as the car's driving straight and whatnot, just trying to pick through traffic the best they can. They definitely don't go a lap down. Right now on the inside, Adam is. Again, I'm just amazed that they're able to use that low lane and actually do a lot of passing.
Yeah, it feels like if they can kind of come in that middle and get it turned down to the bottom, they can get a really good launch up out of the corner, as well as the guys up top. The issue is kind of when you have a guy up top and you can't carry that speed all the way out to the wall again.
Well, right here, man, you see Adam. Got to be patient. He's thinking about 3 wide, and that's just not something you want to do. Good move there by, looks like Norman Pelletier just kind of saying, okay, I see you a lot faster. I'll let you go on by. But old Doug Ross says, hey, I'm on the outside here. Oh, Adam knows he's got a quick car. He's just got to be patient. Don't want to tear that thing up. I always like old Nick Silver's paint job also. Man, he's got that Mustang out there. He's got it painted in the Ford blue. Mustang running horse on the side. I think it looks nice too.
Yeah, honestly, I got to go back to Chad Cole right behind your Twinkie Mobile. I like that neon yellow with the silver brush.
Yeah, he's got a new paint job out there. That is really nice. So Don't know who did the paint out there on that machine. Let's get a close up to it. Yeah, you get the neon with the kind of aluminum style brush you're talking about on it. Really sharp out there for the Transervice Cup car. The title sponsor here for the series. Like you said, he's actually, well, you got Chad Coleman right there, and Kevin Brown's in the middle, so they're thinking about taking the Transervice Cup cars and smashing the Twinkie Mobile. They don't mess the Twinkie up.
Hopefully not.
Well, that's Jared Coleman. He's got the Transervice Cup machine, title sponsor, and then Kevin Brown, like I say, he's running the Twinkie. Then you got Chad Cole running Transervice Cup right behind them, and EJ O'Rourke. And we got to do a shout out to old EJ. Another Transervice Cup car, picked up that sponsor this year. He's looking good. And Jose Gonzalez, he's got the Ford Entertainment Group PC machine out there.
Yeah, a lot of big name sponsors here for the series, putting their companies on top of some of their favorite machines.
Absolutely. What's up, our Dan? How you doing? And Jay, Texas was not canceled. Actually, Trey Edson won Texas last week. Yeah, Brendan moving in on our leader, Justin Fuller here. So I'll tell you what, the top rookie here is definitely making a name for himself. But he's not the top rookie that has been the first win. And actually, looking through the field here, that would be Brian Macklin. Brian Macklin, way back in 39th spot. You know, hard back here. He's one of the rookies here on here. He was actually the first rookie to win a race this season. But tonight, way off the pace.
Yeah, I tell you what, Brendan Kohler certainly giving it all he's got. He was all over the back bumper of Justin Fuller earlier. Fuller's starting to pull away from him a little bit, but he's certainly trying to get that win.
Absolutely. What's up, Robert, out there? How you doing? We're getting set here. Justin Fuller's the man out front. Brendan right there in second. Shane Ewing up to third. Brian Boris Cook to fourth. Sean Castro fifth. Josh Parker up to sixth. Daniel Falkenham seventh. Randy Yoakum eighth. Tommy Ryan's up to ninth. And Mike Kelly hangs on to the 10th place spot here at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Transervice Cup Series here tonight. And old Dan says he's out there rooting for the 32 Shane Ewing. That was Mom. Mom's out there watching. And I got to give a shout out to Nick Cohan. I believe his dad, and we're under caution. Caution? No.
Yes. Yeah, we are. We're going to slow down here. Got the 16 around. Steve Ritter.
Steve Ritter, like you said, we're lap 86 here. And woed up here a little bit. It's not bad. I'm going to caution here, Patrick. Seeing these guys are doing tonight here that maybe you'd do a little different.
Track position. I just try and get it. Again, passing is so hard. You see guys get right up to that back bumper. That's about as close as they can get, especially after 5-10 laps.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just typical Bristol style racing, short track here. So, under caution still. Close to that halfway mark. Laps winding down pretty quick here tonight.
Absolutely. Almost halfway.
Awesome.
Looks like Justin Fuller going to hold on to the lead, although I see Brian Macklin out front.
Yeah. tackling so far so good.
Oh, it looks like he's going to be taking the wave around. He is a lap down. So Justin Fuller will hold on to the lead here.
Right, you're right. These guys are going to get set here to go back green. Like Justin Fuller's going to be the man to bring him around. All right. So, here we go. Pace truck's in. Yeah, I just noticed that too. They got a pace truck out here. Can pick between the two of them. You should see the pace car.
Yeah, close enough to a dirt track, right?
Yeah, well, that is true. They did make it a dirt track here one time before, but back green, Justin Fuller wastes no time out front. As right behind him there, Gaggle Machine, Shane Ewing gets stuck on the low line. Brian Morris Cook up to third. Daniel Falkenham's moved his way up there. Sean's back to fourth. Tommy Ryan, Sean Castro, and company, Mike Kelly, Josh Parker, and Randy Oakham battling out for 10th, and so forth.
Looks like Shane's stuck down there on the bottom. Gonna be trying to get up as soon as he can.
Good run amongst all these guys so far. You're right. Shane's going to try to see if he can't get up in there. And he does. Right in there. Tommy Ryan's right there along with him. Remember, Tommy got caught up in a wreck earlier.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of guys kind of caught up in a few messes, but working their way up to the front.
Now I'm wondering something here. You know, remember the real NASCAR guys all week? They've been doing, been racing and here on the iRacing. Brian Morris Cook, he is actually the social media guy, PR guy for Joe Gibbs Racing. He's taking any pointers tonight from the Joe Gibbs drivers out there because he's doing an outstanding job here tonight at Bristol.
Yeah, up to third place. Maybe he got in there with Denny Hamlin or Kyle Busch and got a few pointers about how to get around Bristol fast.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely got up over Denny Hamlin. Denny's been doing an outstanding job, you know, week in and week out with that series. We're at lap 90 here at Bristol. Brian Morris Cook going the way. He's up to third. Got behind Brendan.
What a time to be on the service. You never know when you might run into one of these guys, too, trying to practice to get ready for their pro invitational race. We are under yellow again. I got Mike Kelly around. Nose missing off that thing.
Mike Kelly. Right in here.
Oh, Shane Ewing involved. Looks like got into the wall a bit.
Yeah, the car's a little damaged on that one. That.
Ooh, big mess. Just a little bounce off the wall by Shane Ewing and Mike Kelly nowhere to go.
Typical Bristol style racing here. One of them things. We're clocking it out here to halfway here tonight.
Yep, and a really quick halfway too. 35 minutes to get 100 laps in.
Yeah, you're right. Hit it quick style here.
Now you're definitely looking at the opportunity where fuel, and especially with the last pit stop, fuel doesn't matter. You know, you're all good on gas. It's just how far do you really want to push these tires?
Now that is the question. Right. Definitely what you know. How far do you push the tires? How far do you do? Have to see with you. Do you think they could make it the rest of the way on one stop or take multiple stops?
Well, I know with fuel, they're definitely good to go at this point. They shouldn't have to stop again, even with green-white checkers. It's just whether or not you want to play the 2-tire game, 4 tires. You know, what can you do to pick up a few spots on pit road? Because, again, passing's so hard.
Right now, this guy's men are doing what they need to do. Oh, for the most part, being patient out there. This place, man, definitely is kind of forgiving, but then again, it's not.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks where you can certainly beat the front end of it up. As you can see, the 51 Justin Fuller get quite a bit of damage on the nose of that thing, while obviously still leading this race. But you certainly don't want to get piled into.
No, you don't. Go. We'll get set to go back. Green flag here shortly. We're under caution here. Let me do one more thing, folks. Do one more change here right quick. Caution. Still here. We'll still talk with you. Second here. Patrick can keep up to date on what's going on at the track. I know we're still caution right now.
Yep, they're just making the circles, getting ready to go green, though. Lights are off on the pace truck.
Catch it by the time I get back in. Joys of the virtual world, folks. Yeah. Sometimes thing runs good, sometimes man, you have a little hiccup.
They're off. Justin Fuller, good launch. Daniel Falkingham, also good launch, trying to take away that second spot from Brendan Kohler. And he is going to do it. Great shot on the outside. Guy who's been a little quiet tonight, worked his way up. Daniel Falkingham taking over that second spot. Going to try and go after Justin Fuller now. Single file really fast here on this restart. Everybody's pretty well spread out for the moment.
So here we go. Coming back with it shortly, folks.
Oh, big wiggle by Brendan Kohler. That's going to open the door for Josh. Whoa, Josh Parker blows a tire into the wall.
Ouch.
That might have been a bit of net code, maybe. He just got slammed into the wall there. I don't know if he has a tire down or not. He's really slow. Looks like he's going to try and make his way to pit road here. Yeah, that right front is KO'd and flat. And caution is out.
Caution out here. Hate that on his end.
Having such a good race and a good run, and that thing just went down on him.
Had that happen a couple times here. You no doubt about it. We're getting back here to it here, folks. Second.
Oh, that was a bit of net code. Looks like the 30, what was this? Brendan Kohler, they go in side by side and a little bit of net code happened, flung that 23 into the wall, really KO'd that right front and possibly gave Josh a meatball. Brian Boris Cook, nowhere to go, right in the back of him. Everybody else did a fantastic job of getting around him, though. Looks like Daniel Falkingham going to stay out. Justin Fuller coming down. Sean Casto also going to stay out, along with the 38 of Chad Coleman staying out. A lot of guys staying out right now.
Rightfully so, like you said. So what happens with these guys here?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys staying out. I'm not sure that's going to work out the best for Justin Fuller coming down pit road. I get wanting to, but the guys behind him are certainly going to make life difficult for him getting back up to the front.
Absolutely back here, so how well this goes. Like I said, just having a few little problems on lap 114 here tonight, Bristol Motor Speedway. Appreciate Patrick, man, keeping us up to date on everything going on. Just a couple cautions right there, so really didn't miss a lot. You just like watching the wrecks.
Just the one caution, and really, single car incident up into the wall. Brian Boris cooking to the back of him, and that was pretty much it. Just got too slow on the track. Caution came out.
And it looks like a lot of guys stayed out there. Now, just to recap here, because Justin Fuller was leading when we left there, and now Daniel Falkingham's up there.
Yeah, I got Daniel Falkingham, Sean Casto, Chad Coleman, Steve Goschalk, Kevin Brown, Chad Cole, Adam Gilliland, Nick Cohan, Norm Pelletier. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if Brian maybe stayed out as well.
He's up to 10th. Brian Boris Cook.
Yeah, I've got Justin Fuller back in 22nd right now. So I don't know if 21 cars stayed out on that pit cycle, but boy, if they did, it's going to be really hard to make up those kind of spots given the amount of laps we have left.
That's true. I mean, it's going to be tough. Obviously, cautions breed cautions. Have to see if you can pick up a few spots here and there, kind of work it like that. And, kind of come through the field that way. We'll just have to see. So here we go. Getting back green.
Well, it certainly breathes new life for Adam Gilliland, chilling up there in the top 10 again. Him and Nick Cohan recovering from their earlier incident.
They are. So here we go. Flag racing. Daniel Falkingham's going to lead him around here as the pace truck's lights are off. He's getting set to go back green. Pace truck's in. Well, Daniel wastes no time.
He is gone and away. He wants to put as much distance between him and the rest of the field as he can.
He does, and that's going to lead a good battle back here amongst a lot of guys. You've got Sean Castro there in second, Jack Coleman to third, Kevin Brown's there with him. But here, look at that, Adam Gilliland's back there along with him too, and Steve Goschalk.
Yeah, again, new life here for Adam Gilliland. If he can find a way around these few cars, and he can really pull back up, take the lead away, and go for that second win.
Absolutely, he's right there in fifth. Remember earlier on he was there, so he's battling it out with Kevin. Kevin's looking pretty good there in the fourth place spot. Brian Boris Cook's already made it back up here to eighth, though.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe didn't really bother with the damage all that much. Just decided to take some tires and come on back out.
You got to look to Tyler Overstreet, one of the top rookies here, because Brendan's right there behind him. Nick Cohan spun earlier on, but here comes Brendan too, along with E.J. O'Rourke coming up through the field.
And what I find interesting is you really see Daniel down on the low line right now, trying to work in a bottom groove maybe for later on in the race, or maybe just trying to take it a little bit easier on the tires than the top side will. I'd like to see him migrate up there sooner rather than later, though.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, they got a little bit of time here, but like I say, time runs down. What's up, John? How you doing out there? Glad to hear everything's running good. We've got a few little hiccups here. Right, that's right. Tyler right now, though, would love to finish out in front of Brendan because that's a Rookie of the Year type thing. But then Brian Boris Cook also, if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the rookie candidates here. A little damage on the front there, too. But again, we said it shouldn't hinder too much here on this track. Oh, and they're around as we just talked about it. He's around. We saw that when they're live. Chad Coleman involved. The 66 is involved with it there. Oh, Brian Boris Cook. We were just talking about him crashing.
Yeah, not a rookie, but still unfortunate there to be caught up in that wreck. He was having such a good afternoon going for him.
Yes, he was. Just wrong place, wrong time.
And don't look now, Adam Gilliland up to third.
Yes, absolutely. Tell you what, it's this league's more of dominated by the Chevys. Always has been a little bit. Not too many Toyotas out here now. We did have. You know who we're missing also to do it tonight also?
Anthony DeBarro.
Anthony DeBarro, yeah. Big name out here missing.
He was in the server. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I don't know if he just couldn't make it or what the deal was. But yeah, no, so missing out tonight.
But that could, it's one of his drop weeks. Obviously, he's already won this season. He locked into the chase, so he won his drop weeks. Not what he wants to do, but I just noticed that because we was talking about Toyotas. A lot of those Disney Motorsports guys over there running them this season. And right now, Daniel Falkenham's been out front.
Yeah, and it looks like, not going to pit either. You wonder if maybe he's made his bed and he said, look, I dare you to try and get around me. I don't think you can. You got 70 laps to try, and they go by, pretty fast.
They do on the green flags here. Sean Castro's right there. Now, might be a good one here because, if I'm Daniel, it really hasn't mattered all night long. And last night it really did because the high lane was the place to be. But if you're Daniel, I still would probably want to put Adam Gillian on the low line instead of on that high lane.
Yeah, it's going to be a cat and mouse game for sure here. I think just being third, he's going to, start on that bottom lane. So I'd maybe try and trap him behind that 52, take the outside, and really just try and get away from him a little bit, make his job a little bit harder.
Yeah, wait. Look, I'm going to go ahead and shout it out. She ain't going to like it, but that y'all over there on the Facebook side, Dawn, call her Twyla. Actually, my sister. What's happening?
Oh, boy, now you done it.
I done it now. I know. Oh, I tell you what's a good race here. We're under caution here for the Transervice Cup Series presented by the Sim500. We got Daniel Falkenham, Sean Castro, Adam Gillian, Kevin Brown, and Steve Goschak up there, top 5 running. Talked to Joey before the race. I told him, I said, man, are we going to see a lot of cautions? He said, better not. That was his words to me. I was like, okay. I said, well, it's a typical Bristol race. And it still hasn't been that bad. They've had some long green flag runs, and yes, we've had some cautions here and there, but it's just typical Bristol.
Yeah, I mean, they're not super compact. They're not happening once every 2 or 3 laps, which can tend to happen here, especially in a lot of the iRacing, official stuff. But these guys tend to get, good 20, 25 laps in between each caution.
You're right. Far so good. So we get that here to go green flag racing. Now, man, is man out front, Falkenham.
Man, he waited on it and let everybody check up on that one.
He didn't waste no time until he went, did he?
Nah, he wanted to really stack those guys up behind him and get away, and that's certainly what he's done.
Far so good, man, out front. Like you said, Daniel
no.
Falkenham. Battle Adam Gillian, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to stay in third behind Sean Casto, though. Get a quick yellow here. You wonder if maybe that stack up on the restart didn't help things any.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. So Vaughn's going to stay in second right now.
And when back to our earlier talking point, if you want to pan on over to Mr. Brian Boris Cook, he's missing a front bumper and he doesn't have a rear bumper, but he's still hanging in there top 10. Proof you don't need him around here.
You don't. I mean, you could come out here looking like a modified and still be able to race. I mean, that's short track racing. Not going to say aerodynamics, don't help some, but it's not the most important aspect here on short track racing. These guys can get around this track and still be just fine.
Well, Kyle Busch has proved to us year after year you don't really need a whole lot of fenders to run well at Bristol.
Don't. So right now, good run with all these guys, including Brian. He's right here along with them.
Yeah, it's one of those scenarios where you're so late in the race at this point. I know we've got, over 60 laps to go, but here at Bristol, that's nothing. I don't think you're going to see anybody pitting or giving up track position unless they can go, a good 40 or 50 laps here at green.
Absolutely. Daniel Falkenham's man out front. Sean Castro there in second. Adam Gillian up to third. Kevin Brown hanging on to that spot, though, so far. Laps are kind of winding down here tonight.
Now it looks like maybe Nick Cohan caught up in that last caution, showing him 2 laps down right now, probably trying to get some damage fixed. A lot of guys, a lot of laps down as the field continues to thin out here. We've only got 29 running around on the lead lap.
Absolutely. Get these guys set up here as set to go back green here tonight. Think we're going to see here in the closing laps here?
I think you're going to see a lot of take and not a lot of give. I mean, guys really, they got to get those spots. They got to get up to the top. I think guys are probably going to be pushing it more than they would.
Well, Daniel Falkenham, he says heck with it. He's gone as the green flag flies. Kevin Brown right there.
Twinkie Mobile taking over second.
Yeah, Twinkie, man. He's hanging on to second, ain't he? Y'all like Twinkie, something wrong with you.
Now he's going to have to try and hold off Adam Gilliland, which is easier said than done.
Oh, yeah, Adam's definitely got a bad, fast machine. You can see Shane Ewing back here, marred back in traffic. He's down low, and, car around.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling we're going to be seeing, a lot more of this going on. And, again, it's the product of being a late race restart at Bristol.
Jason Barham was caught up in that one, but it's up there in front of him, Jose Gonzalez, and Jason just kind of took the low road and just had to stop. Right. Yeah, everybody's just trying to get the last little bit of real estate that they possibly can.
And guys aren't going to give up spots either. You're going to see guys fighting hard and really hanging these things out there to hold on to their positions because they know if you give it up, really hard to give it back.
Yes, it is. So right now, a lot of these guys, man, like you said, definitely don't want to give up those spots so easily. Getting down here to the closing laps of it. All right.
Yeah, I tell you what, EJ O'Rourke, Chad Coleman, rough days at the office today.
It is. I mean, you got a lot of guys that are actually doing pretty good. We said it before. Could be a couple guys that pulled this thing off first time here tonight, but then guys tonight that, not have the night that they want. I mean, right now, Daniel Falkenham's the man. Adam Gillian, he's trying to make it 2 for 2 this season. Kevin Brown would love to put in victory lane here tonight. Then you got Sean Castro there, Chad Cole, Steve Goschak, Tyler Overstreet, Brian Borskook still in the 8th, Shane Ewan in the 9th, Nigel Standish top 10. It's still anybody's ballgame. And, don't count out Brendan and Justin. They're right there in 11th and 12th also.
Yeah, concerned about them being able to make that recovery drive, but so far picking up almost 10 spots here, especially for Justin Fuller. I think he knows that he's got to get up there if he wants to try and challenge Adam Gilliland for the win.
It is, and right now a good one here. So, yeah, short track. Peace up, John. How you doing, man? Hey, well, appreciate everybody over on the Facebook side, YouTube side. If you like what you see, hit a follow, hit a share. Share it up, man. I tell you what, the league would definitely enjoy it there and appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in here to Bristol Motor Speedway tonight, presented by the Transervice Cup Series. Check out Transervice Logistics. These guys doing an outstanding job. You got Chad Cole flying their marquee sponsorships out there and logos. You've also got Chad Coleman, EJ O'Rourke flying them out there. Chad Cole's top man right now, up to 6th though, so he's kind of staying out of trouble. I always call him kind of like the Iceman. He is kind of a little cold at earlier on, kind of calm, cool, and collective. And the next thing you know, by the end of the race, he's there.
I know you and I had a conversation about bent up fenders here at the start of this thing, and I see maybe 4 or 5 cars here in the top 12 or 14 that don't have a wrinkled fender.
And you're right, and it just goes to show you that you can make it around this track with less fenders. Pace trucks in. Daniel Falkenham wastes no time. Kevin Brown hangs on to it, but everybody just flies by the start-finish line right there. Kevin Brown's trying to hold off Adam Gillian. Adam Gillian right there on the low line, though, will not give up. He's got Sean Castro, and, well, we got a lot of cars. It's a big one in the back here.
Oh, boy.
Looks like, though, the one car spun, and a lot of guys, man, just got, slowed up. Kind of the late race, and I know Joey Katina right now is probably starting to pull his hair out.
Yeah, that started about 25 laps ago.
Yeah, he's going to be burning it up here. So, yes, it has been an outstanding race so far. I mean, it's typical Bristol here, short track racing, tearing up, demolition derby. They call it the last great Coliseum. I call it like the little battle dome of, sheet metal out here. Patrick, I know you've run here before. I've run here, and this place can just be unforgiving. It's short track in a nutshell.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where as much as you really want to get frustrated, you really have to check your temper at the door, because you're going to get run into at some point. And it's not like guys are doing it on purpose, overdrive. It's really easy to overdrive these corners and just make a little bit of contact.
Unlike a track like Martinsville, where even though it is a short track, it's very flat. I would say here, this track being banked like it is and short, you carry so much momentum and speed, a lot more speed than what you really do at a Martinsville, so to speak. Because you really have to woe it down so much in those turns at a Martinsville. You got to use a lot of brakes. So you can kind of adjust. Sure, guys still get in each other, but here, yes, you have to woe it down in turns, but you're using that banking a lot. And you're right, the momentum can travel you in and get you in trouble real easy at this place. I think easier than a place, let's say, like you said, Martinsville or North Wilkesboro, where those tracks are just pretty much flat style tracks.
Yeah, it's because, again, you're not on the brakes, so it's certainly easy to kind of, and what's so underestimated is how hard it is to see around these corners. You're almost blind until you're at the exit point, and it's really easy to just kind of whip around that corner. You're full throttle, and there they are in front of you.
Yeah, it is, and you're right. You do use a little bit of brake here. but not as much as you would, you know, like a Martinsville, where you're just hard on the brakes. You know, you're hard on the gas coming out and then heavy on the brakes. Here, you're kind of just getting that car slowed down a little bit, so you're carrying a lot more speed with the banking. So in a nutshell, that basically can get into trouble easier here, and I think that's what you see. And also with this place, unlike Martinsville, where you come out of the turns, you got to get that thing straight before you hammer down on the gas or you're turning around. Here, you got to get on the gas, and a lot of times it can push you up the track and into the wall.
Well, a lot of times here through Bristol, I'd say these guys are probably on throttle halfway through the corner, but they're not full throttle. They're just kind of maintaining speed until it gets that nose to turn down a little bit, and then they just punch it coming up out of the corners.
There you go. And you can, and just like a Dover, Dover technically considered a short track in itself, mile track. You got that hump, and it's kind of when you come out of those sharp bank style turns, the track kind of humps. Even though the front stretch is a little banked like it is here, it kind of levels off a little bit. So you've got to be careful there, and that car can actually get thrown around as it's set to go back green. So same kind of instance here. You don't have the bump to contest with here, and it kind of levels off pretty evenly. But still, this place can get slick, can get a little tight out of the turns.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's such a high banking, so the cars really compress into the turns, and then when you come out, it just unloads off that rear end, and it loses grip.
So right now, everyone out here is looking good as we get set here for the closing laps here at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Transervice Cup Series presented by the Sim500 tonight. Guys, men are doing what they need to do out here. Daniel Falkenham, man, running it right now if he gets that good jump out front. Who's your pick so far?
I like Daniel Falkingham just because he has control of this race. I think if we keep getting these quick yellows, nobody's going to have enough time to kind of run him down and get around him.
So far, like I said, good as Daniel Falkingham is out front. And you're right, if yellows keep playing out to his favor, Adam's going to have to contest there with Kevin and Sean Castro to try to get around. You see Brian Boris Cook there, but Pace trucks pulling them around. We're getting set to go back green here. Pace trucks in. Here we go. Green fly, and Daniel wastes no time again.
Yeah, and it's really been checking up Adam Gill and being stuck behind the 93. Just hasn't gotten going on these restarts very well, so that really helps out Daniel in the long run.
Well, I'll tell you what, right there, man, Sean Castro almost came down and got into the side of Adam. He is stuck on the inside. Kevin Brown's up high. But for the moment, it is a battle for third place. Is Adam going to be able to do it? The more and more those tires will not take that low line beating. Dad Cole's right there behind him. He's watching, seeing how this thing plays out in front of him.
Well, and the more laps they run on these tires, the harder it is to pass down there in the bottom. You saw it with the first run. He ran up on the lap traffic, just could not get around him. So he's in a tough spot right now.
So far, so good. As you see, the top 3 or 4, they're all going to go single file. You got to go back here. Justin Fuller making waves up here. He's going to pass Brian Boris Cook for 7th. Brendan's going to come along with him. Both of those guys got some front end damage. And Brian Macklin, we talked about it earlier. He is another rookie here. He's putting in victory lanes, the first rookie of the season. He's up to 10th right now. He's battling up underneath Brian Boris Cook.
Yeah, don't look now. Adam Gilliland around the 52. He's going to come chase down the Twinkie Mobile, trying to take that second spot away.
Yeah, there you go. I tell you what, I got to give hats off to old Kevin. Don't want to jinx him out there. Everybody loves Twinkies on wheels. But he's right now, he's in second. Daniel Falkenham is out front. But how long can they stay out there? How long can they hold this man out here, Adam Gilliland, our charger, to the front? But don't look now. You got another one coming through the field. That's Justin Fuller and Brendan. Those 2 guys are coming up here, and they've got enough time to get to the front.
They talk about 3 really hungry drivers. We're out front, got into some incidents, really want those spots back.
Absolutely. So far, everybody's just trying to be as patient as they possibly can, but Justin Fuller and on a mission right now.
Oh, and if you're Daniel,
Winding down.
you want to see that 93 holding up Adam as long as he can. Let you try and scoot away and hold him off.
Throw a Twinkie out the window at him. I just don't think it's going to happen. Adam, man, shoots on the inside, and he squeezes right up in front of Kevin. Take that second place spot.
Yeah, now he's got his sights set on Daniel. Going to be a lot harder to get around him, I think. But got a fast race car, and he's certainly coming after it.
And, you got to look the difference in tires, too. I mean, he's got a little, ways to make it. We always say catching and passing, two different things. But they catch some lap traffic. That might be the key here. So keep our eyes open on that one.
Yeah, given how late we are in the race, really hope lap traffic would kind of defer to the bottom and let the leaders go by. You really don't want to be the guy who causes somebody to lose a race because you just felt like being in the way.
Right, absolutely. And right now you see Brian Macklin moving up to 8, Shane Ewing right there. I know he's up to 7. Chad Cole's staking right there. And he's holding on to the 6th place. You got Justin Fuller's moved it up to 5th. Justin Fuller's on the move now. He's up underneath Sean Castro and caution out. Steve Goschak and company here. Let's see what happens.
We got Doug Roth around.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, you got Steve, like Timothy Johnson, Norman Pelletier, all involved in that one right there. So huge caution here, and I tell you who that actually helps. Adam, I believe.
I do too. It's going to give him an opportunity to get a really clean restart and hang with Daniel as best as he can.
Do you pit? That's the question.
I don't think you can because you just can't afford to give up the track position.
Okay. Call on that one, so we'll have to see if anybody decides to come on pit road. But you're right. They're getting close to that, 30 lap mark here soon?
Yeah, they're going to be pacing. They'll be under 30 to go, I think, when they go green.
Absolutely. So go. Get set here to the final runs. And we do have some guys. Adam Gillian, he's on pit road along with Kevin Brown. So, oh, wow. Now, do you think this is smart? Because this brings pretty much the whole field. And guess who stayed out? Daniel Falkingham. Uh-oh.
He's got some folks staying out with him, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
That's what I'm looking at. I mean, most of the field behind Daniel came in. A few will be there, but that's why I was asking you, do you pit? And this might be a smart move depending on where Adam comes out at. It looks to be about 10 machines, 11, maybe 12, 13 stayed out right now is what I'm seeing. Oh,
yeah, we'll have to see when they kind of cross the timing line here, who's where.
Yeah, this one's going to be, boy, this puts...
He's certainly going to be a lot faster than the guys that stayed out. It's just a question of navigating that traffic with as little time as we have left.
And you're right. I'll understand. Now, one thing I think that might help him is he can pick up, let's say 3 or 4 spots right off the bat, a caution come out, and then if he does that a couple times, that actually will get him up front. If it goes on a long green flag run, unless he could just get through the field very, very, very quickly, it's going to be close on time-wise if this thing goes green the rest of the way.
Yeah, I got him 13th right now, and the other issue is going to be staying out of trouble. I mean, somebody in front of you gets sideways, the next thing you know, that pit stop was the worst idea you had.
And that's right. I said that is absolutely another thing you got to bring back your mind. Right now I'm showing him back in 17th.
Really? That far back?
Yeah, showing him back in 18th, 17th spot right now. 20th, he's falling back. He's 21. Dropping him back to 22. 3. 23rd position is what I'm showing him right now.
Perhaps a speeding penalty on pit road?
I'm not sure.
That's really the only thing I can think of for why he's so far back, because Fuller pitted with him, and he's hanging out in 13th right now, so it looks like some kind of penalty on pit road.
Yeah,
and
Kevin Brown's 12. Yeah, so Kevin Brown came in with him. You're right. So that right there could be just enough to say disaster for Adam Gillian. He's back to 24th position. But, boy, you already see these guys up front. They had to woe it up. Tire spin, I think, was the cause of that one on a little bit. But, man, it's already a gaggle of machines.
Yeah, and now, there we go with cautions. This is going to be Daniel's race to lose at this point. I think he's the fastest car up here. He's got the track position. The guys who could contend with him are marred back in traffic. I think he's got this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go along with you on that one there. Guys behind him on those older tires, they spun him a little bit. Get down here really, really close. We're going to be, say by the time we go back green, we're going to be less than 25 to go here. Something you're going to have to keep in mind. Getting set to go green flag racing back here soon. Daniel Falkenham, Richard Beasley. But again, I don't blame some of these guys up front here. Back in the back, I mean, especially a guy, look at 9th place, Brian Wortman. And hey, he can come out of here with a good, solid top 10 finish here.
Oh, absolutely. You have some guys, Joey Jatina being one of them, started 38th up to 8th. You know, Brian Wortman, like you said, 37th up to 9th. You know, Nick Silver from 30th up to 5th. So, guys who have really played the strategy right and put themselves in a position late race to get a good finish.
And that's the thing. You've got to sometimes just take a little bit of gamble when you've not had the race you wanted, and, you know, got to look back. Nothing against some of these drivers. I mean, guys like Dwayne Vincent, Joey Katina, Brian, Jason Barham, a lot of them guys who have not had the night that they wanted. So, up there in top 10, they could come out of here with a good finish. Hard way back in traffic there, here late. Going to have less than 25 to go in this one as we're getting set. And I hate to say it this way, but I know Joey's right now is probably, like I say, he's probably, you know, pulling his hair out, but I don't think the cautions might be done.
I don't think so either. I want to rewind a little bit back to a conversation we had at the beginning of the race, you know, talking about when Adam Gilliland caught all the lap cars and they were, you know, fighting him for it. Joey was that car. He was going to be a lap down, but he held on long enough, and he's up to 8th now.
Yes.
So it shows you that, you know, you can't just let these guys go because you just never know.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, that was just something earlier in the race. You saw Joey Katina. He was a car away from going to lap down. A caution came blue right there. Right place, right time for him. They only lap. Now he's up to 8th. Now, if he stays in the top 10, great. But even if he dropped out of the top 10, I think it still would be a good up there, good finish for him here. Because you've got, like I say, you got to gamble. The guy that I'm going to keep an eye on is going to be Kevin Brown. He's probably the first one there with the good tires. Got Justin Fuller there along with him. And Kevin Brown make up some spots. Now, he could benefit from some cautions. If he was to pick off 3 or 4 guys here real quick and a caution fly, that would get him up to around, you know, 8th, 7th place, 6th place, somewhere in that area. That would put him right there at the lead, depending on, you know, caution flew here really quickly for him, and he picked off a lot of guys real quick. So something to keep in mind, or something to keep an eye on, keep a watch on it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a really interesting 20, looks like it'll be 23 to go when they get back to the line here when they go green.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. So if he gets a caution real quick, Kevin could, you know, if he could pick off maybe 3 or 4 cars, get a caution real quick as we're going back green. Daniel Falkenham wastes no time. Richard Beasley tries to get started, but they just won't go like they do. But I'm ready. And like I just said, look at Kevin Brown. He's doing what I said he needed to do. 3 or 4 machines. He knows what needs to be done. Justin Fuller loses it coming out of the turn. That's going to bring the caution, and I tell you what, Kevin Brown did exactly what I just said do. Pick off about 4 machines and come through, and Justin Fuller lost that thing. He went 3 wide, caught another machine there, caught Joey Katina, unfortunately, ouch, in the back there. lot of cars involved in that one. That was just a huge pile up back there waiting to happen, but they had to do it. But Kevin Brown did what I said he needed to do. He came from 12th to 9th. He blew by some cars. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't look now because Brendan Kohler up to 3rd. He's been slowly picking him off on restarts. Got himself in a really good spot here to maybe try and get up there and challenge Daniel.
Absolutely. Brendan's another car. Keep your eye on there. David Comstock, Shane Ewing. Daniel Falkenham's going to be the control of the field right there. But Justin Fuller just losing it. The cars came out under him. Kevin, though, on those new tires, he's got the newest tires. He's up to 9th. Again, if he could do what he just did a minute ago, he passed, 4 cars? Hopefully 3. If he could pass another 3 or 4 and a caution fly real quickly, we would love to see this thing go green the rest of the way, obviously. Won't no cautions, but if a caution, he does that again, and a caution fly, let's see if he gets to 5th place. Let's see if he gets 5th. He's right there at the leader. And with those tires, Daniel better run for his life. That's what I'm going to say. Because if it goes to a green-white checkered, and he's right there near him, let's say 3rd, 2nd, or 4th, it's going to be tough.
Well, it all depends on that restart. So far, Daniel has just been kicking everyone's butt on the restarts today. And if he can keep doing that and getting out by a couple of car lengths, 2 laps is just not going to be enough to close in on him, regardless of tires.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Kevin would have to be the 2nd place car on a green-white checkered in order for that to happen, and then it would basically, and then pray that a caution don't come out for it to take the white flag. And I think it would have to be a last lap, maybe 3rd, turn 3 or 4, ditch effort for him to kind of go in, maybe a bump and run, something like that. So that's how it would have to play out. But really, this right here is what you need to do, strategy. I mean, this is all you can do if you're back in 9th or 10th like he was, or back in 12th. You got new tires. This is how you hope it plays out for you. Daniel Falkenham's loving it because he gets the restarts and he gets to go. He gets the tires, gets cooled down, and so forth, so on. But if you're a guy like we're talking about with Kevin on new tires, the newest tires, you've got to pick cars off real quick. He went 3 wide there, folks. Made it work, stuck. And the only reason he made it stuck there, Patrick, and I know, it's because of the new tires.
Yeah, a little bit more grip on those. I would look for him to probably do it again. He's got some damaged cars right up in front of him. That thing nice and clean so far. And I know he'd like to finish that way. Little surprised to see Daniel taking the bottom here. I thought he would have taken the top, kind of trapped that 36 behind the 11. He's been playing that game for almost 100 laps now, and it's been working for him.
Why are you out there, man? Leader out there. Out there. I appreciate it always. Well, right now we're getting here to the closing laps, and this one is we're setting it up, and we could still have some drama play out here at Bristol. And that Daniel Falkenham's going to take the inside, and I don't know if I was him. I think I would have put old Brendan up high because he handed that 2nd place spot to Brendan. Caution's out.
We're going to have to see where the timing runs out. I think Richard's going to hold on to that 2nd spot, though.
Oh, boy, and I tell you, caution's out, but guess who just jumped a couple more positions? Winky Mobile.
Yeah, I got him
7th.
Yep.
He's loving these cautions. That man's loving it. And I don't think Daniel's understanding or realizing what is happening on that. But, right now, Kevin Brown definitely is loving the cautions because you just keep picking them off, and he will. He could, I wasn't going to say he's going to win the race, but he could actually get back up here and get a 3rd place finish.
He very well might be.
Or top 5. We'll say top 5. Let's say top 5. Maybe at least be able to bounce back. And I know Richard Beasley right now is another one that's loving what he's seeing. He's right there in 2nd. Don't count Richard out. I mean, he's having a good run. And Brendan, Shane Ewing, David Comstock there, and Nick Silver. Caught up in a wreck earlier on, too. So, a lot of guys right now, man, who would probably just love to see this thing end, now.
Ooh, wrong button.
And you talk about Nick Silver. We talked about, you mentioned it earlier. Look at his front end. He don't have one.
No, he does not.
Modified. So, again, we take it back to you. You mentioned it. You're going to see a lot of guys without front ends. You see right there, I think it's Dwayne Vincent also is one of them. Who's back up tonight? Adam Gillian. I mean, come on. The man was back in 20-some position. Where's that now?
Oh yeah, he's coming. He's coming fast. It's just he's running out of laps to get there.
He will. If we'd have about another 25 laps on here, he would be up there with Daniel and all. I mean, him and Kevin got the best outside of tires. And I know Kevin right now is probably going to be looking at Adam going, wait a minute, where'd he come from? Chad Cole's right there to him, so keep an eye on him. And I got to give old Brian Borscook a shout out. He's back up at 12.
And I'd like to take a look at Shane Ewing's car up in the top 5. I don't think he has a straight panel left on the car, but he's hanging up there.
He is. What was that, Rayovac on that thing? So he's got a lot of batteries making that thing go around here.
Certainly going to need him on that thing, and that car going to go in the virtual scrapyard when this thing's over.
Here, what you need to do out there, Dawn, is you need to share the video to their name or to the timeline. I don't know how those are. I do appreciate the shout out as we're getting set here. The closing lap so far. Daniel Falkingham is the man out front, and he has been the man, and he's loving these restarts right now. Going to pick the high lane, and I think that's a smart move because that slows down that momentum of Brendan a lot because it puts him behind Richard right there.
Yeah, and we talked about it again a little bit earlier. Quick mention, you have to go back to Adam Gilliland before you get a winner so far. So the top 8 haven't won a race yet.
Outstanding. That'll put us into the first 8 races of the season. 7 of them all one-time winners here so far. So no multiple winners yet. Well, we got a long way to go here in the series. We're off next week, man. Easter weekend. Hope everybody's going to have a good one here as we get set green flag. And boy, Daniel Falkingham wasting no time. And Brendan says, let me try that inside lane and see if I can't do something with it.
I think he might have the speed to get it done. He's been making that bottom work real well for him. Send it on in there. Get it rotated. Just can't quite get past.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, Adam Gillian, he's running that car hard when he came out of the turn all kind of sideways. Kevin Brown's trying to do everything he can to get around, but you got to look. David Comstock's holding him up right there for the moment. Time's winding out. This long green flag run. Boy, look at that. You got sideways Twinkies happening on the track.
Ooh, big caution flag. Probably going to set us up with a quick, green-white checkered shootout here.
Let's see. That's actually...
I got the 83 around.
Yep. Jason Barham just got tagged in the rear and took around just ever so slightly, but you're right. That is going to send us up here. I don't think not quite a green-white checker. They should get us right back in here. Well, I tell you what, it's heating up, man. Adam Gillian, though, he had that thing all kinds of dirt tracking it out of the turn. He was running that thing hard.
Yeah, I think Daniel's got this thing made as long as he can get the kind of restarts he's been getting. He gets out way far out there, and they just don't have enough time to run him down.
Well, I think Richard Beasley right now, although he would probably love to win the race, he would probably be like, I'd love to be a winner. Right now, he's in second, and he's having an outstanding run. And if he can hold off Brendan sitting there in second place, I think it's a win for him right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a rookie here, 11, Richard Beasley, leading another rookie, Brendan Kohler. I think that's going to be your battle. It's going to be those two fighting for that second spot.
Yeah, it is. So right now, these guys looking pretty good. As when we go back green, there's going to be a couple to go. It shouldn't put us in a green-white checker, but you might as well say it's going to be close to it.
Yeah, when still single file, we're at, I think, 5 to go at the moment. Gonna be taking 4 to go when they come around again. So, gonna be close.
It will be. I think we'll have at least probably about 2 to 3 to go here. So in a nutshell, it pretty much would be a green-white. Although, caution could fly because until they take the white flag, anything can happen.
Very true.
Yeah, IU. That would be kind of cool. I'll agree with you there on Dave. Sometimes it tend to get kind of hectic. I mean, it's typical Bristol style racing here. These guys, man, definitely have had a lot of races with caution free. Some with only one. It's just Bristol. It's just short track racing in a nutshell. I think to turn off the cautions would tend to go. Then you would have probably a demo derby if you did that.
Yeah, especially at a track like this, you'd be looking at, guys blocking the track and leaders getting involved and just be a complete mess.
Yeah, absolutely. So if the lights on the pace truck go off, so what that's going to do is that's going to put us with 3 to go. So in a nutshell, you might as well say this is a green-white checkered. Again, though, technically not, because we're not in the green-white checker rules. So we could have another caution for the end of this one and put us in a green-white checker.
Yeah, you're going to have about a lap to do it, though. They're going to take the green on lap 199, and then they're going to come around and take that white flag the next time by. So they're going to have 1 lap to wreck these things if they're going to do it.
Well, hang on to your hats, folks. It's about to get wild up front. Daniel Falkenham has been the man all night long who has done it here. And he gets another good jump. Richard Beasley right there with him. Richard's going to try to do everything he can to hold off. And Shane Ewing jumps to 3rd. Well, I tell you what, David Comstock's trying to block all he can. And the race is on back here with Adam Gillian and old Kevin Brown. So let's watch this race back here. And that's David Comstock and company 2 there. As you're right.
Take the white flag.
White flag one more time around Bristol. And I tell you what, the battle's on back here amongst, for actually second spot. Man out front, those going to win it. And out in second, Richard Beasley's going to come home with Shane Ewing hanging on to 3rd. What a finish to this place here tonight.
Yeah, good run, by all these guys. Daniel called it right. He had that strategy down. He's going to burn it down on the front stretch.
Yes, he is. So, man, I tell you what a race here at Bristol Motor Speedway. These guys, typical Bristol, like we said. It's a tough place sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. But played that strategy right. He knew that cautions are probably going to keep falling, and he got it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel Falkenham right there bringing it home. Good run for him for the, I get a kick out of their team name. Aim team. Richard Beasley here right fast. Hope everybody enjoyed that out there. What a finish to this one here. Daniel Falkenham, and I don't see Richard Beasley.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Find him right. Just overlook. There he is, Beasley. Now Richard. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let's bring up the 3rd place man here, Shane Ewing, and I know Mom's going to be happy. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Shane, got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Hey, well, up and down night. I don't think you have a straight fender left on that thing, but a 3rd place finish.
Yeah, you know what? The way this season's gone, it's poetic that I finally get a decent finish with a car that looks like that, because that's pretty much the way the car's looked all year. I've had a lot of bad luck. Some of it self-inflicted. I made a big mistake in Phoenix and took out some cars, and tonight I bounced off the fence and took Mike Kelly out. I hate that early in the race. Other than that, it was just about survival. I'm glad it's over.
I think maybe if you could have kept the fenders on it, got a green flag run, you might have been able to run down and challenge for the win there.
I hadn't run with Falkingham much, but before I damaged the car getting into Mike, I was as fast as anybody around me. I was running top 5, so yeah, you know, probably not, but I'd have had a lot better chance.
All right. Oh, congratulations on the 3rd place finish tonight. Anybody you want to thank before you get out of here?
Yeah, I don't get to get up here very often, so I got a lot of people to thank. All my teammates at Dizzy Motorsports. We have a really great team that really helps each other out. We're all in when somebody's in a last chance qualifier, trying to help them get in the race, and we're talking all week about what the car's doing and feeling, and it's great to be a part of that team. I got to thank my family, my wife Christina, my girls Ashley and Haley for letting me spend so much time doing it, and can't forget my mom watching on TV every week. Hopefully she enjoyed what was left of the Rayovac Camry coming across the line in 3rd. And I want to thank you guys for the broadcast every week. Really appreciate what you guys do and the time you spend doing it.
Yeah, 10-4, and enjoy your Easter weekend with the family, and we'll catch you at the race after.
Sound good. Thanks, guys.
There you go. You have it. 3rd place man right there, Shane Ewing, pulling it off here tonight. Let's bring up this man, 2nd place man, Richard Beasley.
Hey, Richard, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey. Well, you had a really good run tonight, got 2nd place out of it. Anything could have done a little bit differently? Maybe catch Daniel there?
Yeah, I think if we had a little bit longer run there, I had a lot fresher tires than him, but I could not get going on the restart. I'm happy finishing 2nd, first top 5, first top 10 of the year. I think I was the only guy in the top 10 in points with no top 5s or 10s, so that's good. But if we'd had a longer run, I think I'd have been okay, but we just didn't get it.
I think you might have been the only one in the top 5 with all the panels left on the car. And as a rookie, how important is it for you to get this 2nd place finish tonight?
Oh, this is huge, because I may have been leading the rookie points, I think. I'm not real sure, but getting rookie of the race, being the top finishing rookie, the extra 10 bonus points, all that stuff's huge. That helps a ton in the rookie standings.
10-4 is a great race for you. Hopefully we get to see you up here a little bit more throughout the season. Anybody you want to thank before you get out of here?
Yeah, all the guys down in the name team, Chad, Coleman, David Comstock, Byron, Daniel Falkingham, all those guys, they're fun to race with, good teammates, they help out a lot. Tim Terry, sponsors this year. That's it.
Alrighty, well, congratulations again on the 2nd place finish, and hope you have a nice Easter, and we'll catch you at the week after.
Thanks, man. Sound good. Good job, guys.
I'll tell you what, right there, like you just said, man, coming home and 2nd here tonight there, Richard Beasley. Well, the guy here had some outstanding restarts. Daniel Falkenham, Joe at the booth, got a copy?
10-4.
Man, I tell you what, those restarts playing in your favor tonight. Take us through. Was you wanting those cautions, or was you wanting it to go green?
I definitely wanted those yellows for sure, because I knew more laps we got on the tires under green. I knew there would be a lot of people that were going to try to play strategy and pit and whatnot. But just lately with the new update, like recently with the new tires, just Bristol is really difficult to pass unless you get like a very long run, which I think the only long run we had was at the start of the race when we had like a 40-lap run, and I managed to get by a few people. But overall, I pretty much finished the race on 114-lap tires just because I knew how hard it was to pass. I knew this deficit of tires, so I decided to stay out and hope for the best. And luckily it worked out in our favor. We got a lot of yellows. I mean, still not impressive by any means in this league, but pretty much, I mean, it's always good to get yellows when you're the leader, but it's really annoying when you're not. So it's just that, But, I mean, caution's far away. Perhaps the race played right into our hands, especially in the last 30 laps, I feel. Yeah. So, but feels good to definitely get a win. I know a few races I think we could have won early in the season, but I feel glad to get one going into the off week.
Well, and here's the thing, we've had 8 different winners here so far this season, so that's been an outstanding job. And you're right, it's typical Bristol out there. You did what you needed to do, but you pulled it off in victory lane here tonight, man. I got to tell you, it was an awesome race. You got anybody you want to shout out about it?
Absolutely got to thank First Rate Battle Ops 207 for all their support being on the car. Also got to thank Cameron Colby and Heatwave Designs for painting up the car as well. Also got to thank everyone, all the admins, and everyone who races here at Sim500. Always bring on good races. We always bring on good races. Tonight was kind of a little shaky, but I mean, it's Bristol short track, so you're going to get that. Also got to thank team name, or whatever you want to call us, David Comstock, Chad Coleman, Josh Parker, and Richard Beasley. Also got a shout out to Byron Daly for kind of helping us out with strategy and spotting and stuff. So, and also got to thank you guys putting on the broadcast, and also got to thank everyone who was watching the race tonight and everyone watching my stream as well.
Well, there you go. I'll tell you what, Daniel Falkenham putting it in victory lane here at Bristol for the Transervice Cup Series tonight. It was a good one there again. Congratulations there, Daniel.
I appreciate it, Joe.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, man. What a race and what a finish to this one here, Patrick. These guys did what they do all night long and raced their hearts out.
Yeah, certainly an up and down race for a lot of these guys, but certainly the majority of them got where they wanted to be, and we saw some fresh faces up front tonight.
Yes, we did. So that's going to conclude it here from Bristol Motor Speedway for myself and Patrick and everybody here at the Sim500. Again, congratulations there to Daniel. Everyone, have a good night.